The following is a Life is Like a Game Show News Desk Special Report. And now, Eric Watkins.
Hello to all of our faithful listeners throughout the various parts of the internet. I'm Eric Watkins, bringing you this special Life is Like a Game Show return from hiatus news desk. Well, for those of you familiar with your typical 7 p.m. Eastern time block across your various syndicates of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, well, there's going to be some pretty significant changes to both of those shows, especially with a new edition that is set to premiere this following Sunday, September 25th. Joining me at the news desk panel are my usual Life is Like a Game Show co-hosts, Jonathan Nielsen and Brian Espinoza, to help cover these important stories as they're coming across the desk.
See what happens when you leave the desk for a couple of months. Things just start piling up.
Well, I'm glad that there wasn't a lot of dust on top of it. Thankfully, that would have worried me for a little bit.
Yeah, and I'd be sneezing because I'm allergic to that stuff.
I mean, as quite a few people are, including myself.
So I hear a certain host might be, not necessarily of this show, but might be in jeopardy of needing a new host.
Well, especially with the different things coming on and other things in the news, yes, there could be changes abound for Wheel of Fortune. For those of you who have already seen the premiere of the 40th season and the subsequent episodes, you'll notice one big change with the board itself. No longer are there your specific tiles. It is now one gigantic LED screen with the laser precision pinpointing for what letters need to be tapped.
Wait. You mean the board has freaking lasers?
Like freaking lasers on its head.
Couldn't resist that one, sorry.
The producer is not amused.
Look,
much like how Bob Barker is not amused. Or pleased. He's not pleased either.
We still have our shtick.
Yes, because, as always, we have nothing to shtick but shtick itself.
Wow. All this time and somebody's still quick on the button. I like this.
Well played. But yeah.
As always, send all hate mail to Harry Broadhurst, who is no longer part of this show, at HEB the Eagle on Twitter or HEB the Eagle at yahoo.com.
Sorry, Marty.
Harry Broadhurst will no longer be seen on this show. Please stay tuned for this feature presentation of a news desk.
So yeah, Pat Sajak might be nearing the end of their career, or so he says.
Honestly, the rumor mill that's going around on that, which I'm inclined to believe, was he was up right when Trebek passed away and decided to re-up for 2 years to give Sony enough time to deal with Trebek's passing so as to not cause even further turmoil at Sony Pictures Entertainment.
You mean
Well,
so?
I mean-
You mean so? Sony as a whole would not be in complete jeopardy.
There's low-hanging fruit, and then there's somebody walking up to you and saying, "Here, have some free fruit." That was somebody walking up to you and saying, "Here, have some free fruit."
Ooh, free fruit, awesome.
You didn't even have to attempt to try to vaguely reach for that.
No, I didn't.
But yeah, no, apparently Sajak decided to re-up for 2 years, which I believe was the minimum Sony was going to let him go for, just to avoid them having to do two host searches.
Contested searches. Sorry.
I mean, these are shows that used to be the masters of contested searches, but yeah,
Not
no,
so
that
much
was
anymore.
Yeah, no. I'm
Whoa,
not
whoa. There's bigger news on Sajak, gentlemen.
If you're talking about certain pictures that were taken with certain people of a certain ilk,
Thanks, Newsweek. Yes.
yeah, I didn't necessarily want to go full throat into those because, again, short extension that may or may not be perceived as a teeny bit of a mistake, especially since other game show hosts now have certain podcasts that go towards people of that ilk.
Brian has the look of he doesn't know.
No, I do now.
Yeah, because I did a Pat Sajak search to pull up his age, which, by the way, 75.
I mean,
same age as my old man, actually.
We don't we don't try to go into politics too much here, but
Care to save this one for point of viewer? Please say yes.
I will just leave it at this. Sajak is known for his very non-standard, very atypical political viewpoints, very similarly to, ironically, his predecessor, Chuck Woolery.
Again, can we talk about this on point of viewer?
It's your show.
Then yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Comfort levels low. Comfort levels approaching one episode and canceled levels of TV show in the game show industry hit levels.
Nobody is in a picture here.
Sajak continues along these lines. He's gonna be in a picture.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. John set me up, and that was it.
Yeah. That's not going to be a good picture either.
Yeah, it already isn't one right now, so. But yeah, Sunday night, y'all will know what that means, especially this week. Currently adding it to the docket.
Yeah, please do.
So as we continue to spill the tea here, Jeopardy. Celebrity Jeopardy. What was the infamous line that Richard Conway just say all of a sudden out of nowhere? I'm gonna triple the points. Eric, if you would elaborate.
So, for those of you longtime Jeopardy watchers know that there's typically two main or front game rounds, Jeopardy and Double Jeopardy, where dollar values for questions and answers are doubled. For those of you who are more familiar with your current ABC sort of framework with game shows, hour-long, but in 2 half-hour self-contained episodes for the most part. Password on NBC's of a similar vein. Well, Celebrity Jeopardy decided we're not going to go that route. As is, we will already need 27 celebrities to fill this first season. Having the double episode route would require 54 celebrities. A pretty big pool that you would need to gather.
And not a lot of time to get them.
Exactly, as this is being assembled on short notice. So instead, they are keeping with a full 1 hour show, but to follow with some international formats and other previous attempts, they will be instituting Triple Jeopardy. Now,
yes, Triple Jeopardy. This is the first modification to the U.S. Jeopardy program since 1990. And the infamous Super Jeopardy tournament, where you had 4 contestants.
I literally was just about to say I'd rather have the 4 contestants.
Funny that you mentioned that Super Jeopardy tournament.
And the second ever modification to the round, the first modification to the round format since 1978 Super Jeopardy bonus round under Art Fleming. Ahem. No, sir, we don't like it.
No, I saw one episode and I'm like, it's a quirk, but it was too much of a quirk. But it's funny that you mentioned the 1990 Super Jeopardy tournament.
Go on.
Do you happen to remember one of the quirks, aside from the 4 contestants, of that Super Jeopardy tournament? Namely, the gameplay itself.
Playing for points instead of dollars?
Yes, but the specific number of points. That was the only time in the history of the U.S. show to where values were not exactly doubled from the Jeopardy to Double Jeopardy.
Oh, that's right. They were 2.5, weren't they?
Yes, and for the first time since that 1990 tournament, 1,500, although this time dollars, is going to be a value. I will explain why. Because of the pace of the show necessitating the Triple Jeopardy round. Because of the various levels of intellectual acumen of the celebrities themselves.
Or lack thereof.
You wouldn't necessarily want scores to go way out of control. So, turning back the clock to 1990 also added the time of turning back the clock to 1984, as the Jeopardy round will have the original pre-inflation values of $100 to $500, thus making Double Jeopardy $200 to $1,000 and Triple Jeopardy from $300 to $1,500.
Clue Crew's going to have a bit more work to do now.
Well, thankfully, they only have to do this, and I'm sure one of you is going to do this 9 times for this season. Glad that nobody did it. That would have been weird. All right.
Nah. You threw that softball over the plate, but I let those 9 innings just pass. I'll just take a walk.
So that primarily, very, very interesting news desk preliminarily, but I I believe you mentioned bigger news, or was that already what we covered?
I don't believe there was any other news that I noticed that warranted big coverage outside of opinions of the new Jimmy Fallon password. But that might need its own episode. It's not really a news desk worthy thing, but
Spoiler alert, I'm in a mixed. I'm on defense.
I'm right there with you on that same fence. Mr. Producer of the Executive Variety, are we clear of the news desk? Is the inbox empty?
Don't look at me. I'm not the news segment producer.
I got nothing else on this desk.
Oh, now you look over here. Now get the. I mean, those were my two items. Sony Picture Entertainment. Oh boy, they're gonna have their hands full.
Sony can't stay out of the news.
Poor Sony.
So on to this week's feature.
On to this week's feature presentation. We now return you to your regularly scheduled episode already in progress.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Whammy. You know, in 1984, game show history was made when Michael Larson, an unemployed ice cream truck driver, went on
Wait,
Pressure Luck and won
wait. Hold on a moment here.
Wait, you're interrupting a great host, by the way, a great host of Game Show Network originals that feature large amounts of contestants.
Jackpot!
Box office. Oh, wait. Sorry, not that show.
Hollywood
Showdown was a great job by Todd Newton. We're just going to say it, move on. Anyway.
Why are we still talking about Pressure Luck and its various subsidiaries and iterations?
Do you not know what today is, good sir?
I'll be talking about every day.
Oh, yeah. It's September 19th.
Yeah. It is the anniversary of From Hollywood. It's America's favorite game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's Tic-Tac-Toe. It's actually the anniversary of the syndicated relaunch. But is it the thing of, is it anything else while we're, Oh yeah, there's also
stalling while we're stalling for time.
As the producer attempts to produce something.
Yes.
The show with big bucks and whammies is back and better than ever.
Maybe.
Because what you saw there was the premiere, as everybody's looking for padding. I'm going to give you the padding and the context.
Amen.
The second episode of season 2 of Whammy, the all-new Pressure Luck. This came immediately aired thereafter from the premiere, which was a St. Patrick's Day themed episode. Thus, you'll see some of that decor still in the background. Featuring contestants Ed Long, Janie Litris-DeCan, and James Larson.
Larson. Why that name sounded a little bit familiar?
Well, that's great and all, but I mean, you did say it is the anniversary of a particular episode, so maybe we should go to the videotape.
These three contestants are about to play the most exciting game of their lives, which only one of them can win. Player number 1 is Lana Jones, and she plans on taking her winnings home today to New Orleans, Louisiana. Linda Epstein is player number 2. She also plans to win today so she can return tomorrow to play again. Player number 3 is Phil Thompson, an attorney from Los Angeles, California, who knows today's game represents the chance of a lifetime for him. From Television City in Hollywood, it's time to press your luck. here's your host, the star of Press Your Luck, Peter Tamarkin. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ron Roddy. And welcome to Press Your Luck, the most competitive game in television where players take big risks for big bucks.
Oh, you mean this guy featured here in this picture? Screen share, please. On the left, not the right.
We still miss you, Peter.
Beating his opponents and the big board. Well, since Michael has passed away, today we've reunited his opponents and invited his brother James to take his place and play Whammy. Let's go.
The game with big bucks and whammies is even bigger and better than ever. It's time to press your luck and play Whammy. Let's meet today's players. Ed lost in 1984 when he went up against the big board, and Michael Larson was a youth pastor. Today, he's a director of an honors program at Central Michigan University. Say hello to Janie Dakin. In 1984, she was a dental assistant. Today, she's the mother of 3 teenagers and sells boats with her husband. And Michael Larson's brother, James Larson, a chemistry teacher, is here to see if he can avoid the whammy and take home big bucks. And now, please welcome our host, Todd Newton.
Thank you very much, Gary Kroger. It's a big day around here. Thank you, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome to a very special episode of Whammy where you can spin your way to some great prizes and some big bucks. But I tell you what, before we get started, let's take a look back to 1984 when Michael Larson made TV history.
All right, we don't need to see
We
all
saw that
We-
TV history last time.
We've ran that into the ground. Although you could argue that you could never run that into the ground, but
No, you can't.
I mean, it wound up running him into the ground, but that's an entirely different episode.
Go watch the archives.
hey, you.
Is it time for the usual routine?
I do believe we are there.
I've got the resource pulled up.
I suppose we could go to the non-credible academic source. Please take it
Hey,
away, Mr. Nielsen, and keep it brief.
I'll try. The show is brief. 2 seasons, 130 episodes. Created by the late, great Bill Carruthers, along with the entire series. Presented by Todd Newton, narrated by Gary Kroger. This is the sequel to Whammy, or sequel to Press Your Luck, titled Whammy, the all-new Press Your Luck. You change the board layout, you take out the first question round with this whole freezing thing, which we'll explain later on. Nothing gets adjusted for inflation. A lot more prizes than cash on the board. And you pretty much got it at a show here. April 15th, 2002 through December 5th, 2003. Game Show Network original, produced by Fremantle, North America. Yeah. So, the main thing I'm going to focus on actually is something unusual here. 2 features were added to this game. One, you couldn't just, like Randy West did in episode 9, stop on a car. You had to stop on that car twice. You had the gem space in the first spin round, and you had a car space in the second. Put the 2 together, don't hit a whammy, and you are driving off in the Suzuki Aero SX.
I wanted one of those back in the day.
You also had a feature called the Big Bank, where you could literally whammy the whammy. Really? Hang on. Yeah. I don't make this stuff up. Whammy the whammy and take all the money that the whammy has taken so far back into your possession. started off at $3,000, and if it was claimed, reset to $3,000. Technologically, we had a big evolution. The board got its oval layout. The Move One Space gave you more options. More importantly, you had a personal computer of 200 megahertz speed running that big board. The days of patterns were gone. I repeat, the days of patterns were gone, along with hand-drawn animations, which were replaced by 3D computer graphics.
But you were missing one important thing, though. There was that other unique feature to Whammy.
Oh, yeah. Stealing gimmicks from other shows is a game show routine. Mr. Watkins, you may elaborate upon said stolen Mark Summers gimmick.
Now, he mentioned Mark Summers and gimmicks. Mark Summers, host of Double Dare.
Not to be confused with the Trebek version.
When you were very, very messy, slimy, different sorts of things, very, very visually heavy, we discussed it in depth in the archives. Now, stopping on a Whammy was fine for the opening round. But for the second round at the board, you couldn't just stop at a Whammy. Sometimes you could stop at a double Whammy. Where not only the Whammy would come and take all of your cash and prizes and add them to the big bank where applicable, but it would also come out and mess with you a little bit. Sometimes there were things like popcorn. Sometimes it would be confetti. A variety of things dumped upon the contestant's head.
Yeah. Gimmicks. The sign that a game show is either jumped recently or is about to jump a shark.
Well, that's...
Again, double whammy.
Well, why do you think it was a thing that we always said amongst us? You know how it goes. Blah, 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 blah. Double whammy. Blah, 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 blah. Messed with you a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Though there was one other special episode I will mention as well. July 21st, 2003. Yeah, the original Pressure Luck did not do a tournament of winners because they didn't want Mr. Michael Lars to come back and repeat history. So the sequel did the next best thing as the sound effect segues into the Tournament of Losers. Yes.
I guess it's appropriate for a double whammy to segue into a Tournament of Losers.
I mean, the man's well done. He's on it. This is the producer producing.
Episode 53. Yeah, they brought back 3 people lost to try again, and I believe it went a 000 tie, if I remember correctly. It wasn't a very big win episode either way. But, yeah. So, the personnel involved. Todd Newton, former radio man from St. Louis, known as Rick Idle on that radio show. Also, come 1995, host on E! Entertainment Television, which led to his networking with Game Show Network as they tried to revive Jackpot in a different format called Hollywood Showdown, thus the box office gimmick earlier.
And Blockbuster for when you had those weeks where the jackpots were doubled.
Yeah. Great underrated show. Highly recommend watching an episode of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can see him doing things like, The Price is Right live. Brian, please tell me you're wearing the sweatshirt for once. When we're on the air. Actually, I can reference this. Yes, he is. The man is reliable. We have seen the man himself hosting the show before. We might even have taken a photo with him afterwards, with Brian himself wearing the crew jacket from Pressure Luck as well. That's buried in a closet somewhere, unfortunately. We are not as small-sized people as we were back then. Sadly.
Well,
we both ain't in college anymore.
This is why.
That particular college.
All right, bring us back all to full here.
Well, this is exactly why if I ever end up on the version we will be discussing next time, you two better be there and you better have the jacket summoned by me to don if I make it to the bonus round.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
I'll
take a day off from work for that, even if it's unpaid.
Mm-hmm.
You're
unpaid
a
day
little,
off. Yeah, I'll go there.
You're a little bit too big for the jacket too these days, Eric. But
what are you talking about? I'm the same size I was in college.
Yeah, and you were too big for the jacket back then. It is a size small.
Okay, fair.
I wonder if Elizabeth Banks would fit it. More on that next week.
Possibly.
She could.
That would be awesome. Just to.
I would be like.
I'd be more fitting Roddy jackets.
I would be very reluctant to let her try though, just because of the condition the jacket is in these days.
Okay, well you would get it fixed up. You'd have advance notice.
Yeah, if you were getting on the show, we'd have enough notice to get worked on that thing. Anyways, back to the current version we're discussing.
It's not so much the condition that it's in now, it's the condition it would be in after the fact.
GSN's Hollywood Showdown, Powerball Instant Millionaire, In Search of the Partridge Family, World's Wildest Game Shows, and Whammy. They all knew. Press your luck. That's a good game show run. You've also got, I don't know, this little phenomenon called Family Game Night. Yeah, that's probably where most people know him from, as well as Road Reporter and prize presenter 4 years later, a game show marathon. Oh, wait, we're not supposed to talk about that yet.
We're getting there.
Where we just keep inching closer and closer to that.
I mean, it's a marathon after all. It's not a sprint.
We ain't talking about Scrabble this week, damn it.
Actually, I think he was referring to the Challenger sprint, but
Scrabble sprint's also appropriate.
Multivariate references or multivariate.
And references, yeah. Now, which one did you think I was going to catch on first? The Challengers, the Scrabble one?
Knowing you, Scrabble.
Fair, even though I am a big fan of the Challengers, as we evidenced in Rancid Randy, bracketology.
Don't even get
more on that later. But the announcer, and I promised a fun fact before we hit the go live button. Gary Kroger, age 65 currently. Yes, we're talking about a show where the talent is still with us. Finally. Cast member on SNL right? From 82 to 85. And work on various game shows. Ran in the Democratic congressional primary in 2016, and then for an Iowa State House seat in the 2016 election. And you thought we weren't going to talk about politics tonight.
You're still
he lost incumbent Walt Rogers by a 10,072 to 7,200 margin, 58 to 42%. There's a fun fact.
That is a fun fact. And that is exempt from point of viewer.
Though, something that you may wish to discuss on point of viewer, his marital history. Married to Lee Kroger, 1997, till a divorce in 2007. and now with spouse Shannon Alexander, married in 2017. 10 years married, 10 years later remarries. I wonder what's going to happen in 10 years.
I mean, we'll find out in 2027.
Halfway there.
I'm gonna find this flap.
So to finish up with Mr. Kruger, he's had his voice on all revivals of the Newlywed Game and the O2 Beat the Clock. Announcer of Ready the X's 2001 version of Card Sharks. Brian, clip chip. Yeah. And Whammy the all-new Pressure Luck. Also on the sitcom Hidden Hills. And was a weatherman in HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm. As well as host of Fox's Comic Strip Live in 90 and 91.
Bum, bum, bum.
And a few other lesser things. So, exit the non-academic credible source.
And
Because the rest comes from my own memory, actually.
Of course it
The number
would.
of hosts of this show were actually 3. No more, no less. Very few people know about the other 2 hosts. One you all know about because I showed the picture. Peter Markin did come back on the Larson rematch to do the question round. There's also a pilot episode of him hosting. I'm still wonder why they selected Newton instead of Tamarkin after they did the 2 pilots. The world may never know. Oh, hey, it's a crew jacket of Todd Newton. And 2 gentlemen who definitely did lose a little bit of size around the middle. But yeah, I got it. Todd Newton was shocked at almost our fanboy level when he saw that crew jacket.
Yeah. That is a genuine, legitimate
jacket. We have believed it might actually be Bill Carruthers' jacket based on the size.
I mean, based on all of the evidence that I have looked up over the years, right?
A lot.
Which is a lot. I have about 85% certainty that jacket itself is actually Bill Carruthers, the producer's jacket.
Again, there's the picture from us at the Lakeland Center.
This picture, would you believe it or not, is 9 years old.
funny. Something else that happened around 9 years ago that we talked about on Sunday.
Content suitable for the show?
No.
More on that on Point of Viewer. Also,
This
these found
was
on the
from-
Non-Network.
Yep, this was from 2013. I believe this was the very first time that they came, because it was Todd Newton and Randy West.
I forget. Did Randy came out?
Randy came out, but we didn't get a picture with him. We did get him
the jacket.
He did see the jacket, and he did autograph our Price is Right name tags.
Yes.
But for
Reminds
whatever reason, we didn't get a chance to get a picture.
By the way, completely shameful plug. Buy his book.
Yes, completely shameful plug indeed. Buy the book.
There are very
He
few
just
game
released-
show history books that we recommend.
He
This
just
is number
released
2.
a second book. Yeah, he just released a second book. And by the way, since we're on the top, this is a game show podcast. We did do this thing called Dragon Con recently.
But before we get there, first, the third host, as I need to describe, also hosted the Game Show Network original Cram in 2003. The host of the April Fool's episode. A screen share, please.
Eric.
Graham Elwood.
Not just the host of Cram, also, if I remember correctly, the host of another network original game show, Strip Poker?
That would be more of your type of show than mine. But yeah, there was a whammy guard, I believe, that was being tried out in this episode. Or no. Oh, that's right. The whammy became the Newton this episode. It's a strange one. You got to watch it. Just because of how odd it is, it's worth a watch. Anyway, speaking of the dragon. Hey, tic-tac-toe reference, by the way. Full circle.
Please hold.
I set him up, and the ball goes right past the plate.
I'm doing research. R-E search.
Just for that. As apparently someone who likes his math and his spelling done for him, R-E-S-E-A-R.
I know how to actually spell research. It was for comedic effect, you dumbass.
Well, like I said, sometimes you're doing stuff, you like your math and your spelling done for you, apparently.
So,
And if you want some help with some of that math and such, you could go to TNT, right?
Rick's TNT LLC is the official sponsor of the Not a Network podcast and Life is Like a Game Show for all of your accounting, tutoring, and other number crunching services. Also,
Remember?
Notary Public and can do weddings.
Available in the state of Florida.
Man, we are a bit out of touch.
Hey,
No, you're a bit out of touch.
a good ad read is still a good ad read.
Now, I have not mentioned this before because it's never really came up, but we do Dragon Con. That's the annual vacation. And back in 2019, I discovered, or I should say John and I discovered, the best cosplay of all time. Now you're probably sitting here wondering, oh, what is the best possible cosplay of all time? It's got to be like something absolutely epic and intricate and detailed and so on and so forth.
By the way, we are officially done with, I believe, the discussion of Whammy, the all-new Pressure Luck now, yes?
Well, I already segued off of it, so thanks for killing the segue. Both.
Killing things is what I do best. Oof. And no, please don't take that phrase out of context.
Something tells me we just spawned a potentially viral GIF.
Great, all three of us are broken at the same time.
I'm broken
It
because
took how
my
long
use
for this to happen?
I'm broken because my use of the sound effects broke you, and because you broke, Eric broke. Anyways, so as I was saying, we ran
It took a year and a half, but it finally happened. The trifecta's finally occurred. Okay, now that I think I'm covered.
Oh, Jesus.
Rails. Yep, rails. Are we on the rails? We good?
Oh,
We good? I think we're back on the rails.
I'm dying. Damn this COVID. Can't cough right. Oof. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So, best cosplay of all time, right? You're like, oh man, this must be like some super intricate, like armor or something or other, like lots of anime, right? No. We found the yodeling guy from The Price is Right.
Yep.
Damn it, I need the yodeling guy.
And
You guys should have played. God, you stupid producer.
Even then. Oh, hi there. This was even before the convention began. We found this guy,
Yeah, this was Thursday night.
as we were getting ready to do our version of Pressure Luck later that weekend, we're in the suits, we're ready to go, and we see Yoda Guy. And what you can't see in the photo, the little box he's got hanging from the
Can y'all hear that?
There.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, so he's got this little MIDI keypad thing that's hanging off of his shoulder there, that is legitimately playing what I'm currently playing in the background here, which is the Yodelly Guy music. And we were like, holy shit. Damn. Nobody ever cosplays anything from a game show. This is the best cosplay of all time. Right?
And then this year happened.
And I'm not going to try to find it, but insert sound of Yodelly Guy crashing over the edge of the cliff here.
Because it got outdone.
It got outdone.
Now, I have to interrupt by saying this. Seeing a team from Legends of the Hidden Temple at DragonCon is perfectly normal and expected every year.
Yeah, no, you will find every color from Legends of the Hidden Temple, if not full teams, at DragonCon. Now,
you're Kirk Fogg.
Now,
Yeah.
Like I said, we've got Yodelly Guy here, right? So while Yodelly Guy climbs up the mountain, there was a very impressive cosplay. That was a very impressive cosplay for 2019, right?
But we're in 2022.
And you're thinking, how could you possibly top that, right? Well, you can't. Or can you?
Oh, you can.
You can, right?
You throw it back to the same year Pressure Luck debuted, 1983.
Oh, no. We have more game show cosplay from that same year, right?
But wait, there's more?
We found an entire Guts team.
Do you have it? They did.
Complete with a piece of the aggro crag.
Oh, that ain't the piece of the that's the freaking that's the trophy. That's the winner's trophy.
Yes, which was supposed to be a piece of the aggro crag.
Yes.
Do you have it? Do you have it?
I forgot we saw these guys.
Well, I saw them, but yeah. And I'm like, okay, so between these guys and Mr. Yodelly Guy, this is the year of game show cosplay, apparently. Right?
Nope.
But this year, which a lot of people are calling the first true year back of DragonCon, right? Excuse me.
Okay, you're excused.
We found one better.
Or rather, a group that was better. Again, Rollback 83. And the debut of Plinko. We landed in the middle of contestants row.
And yes, that is me, complete with my Price is Right live $ face mask.
And of course, there is the obligatory $1 bid.
Oh yeah. No, they
had
were amazing. And the Plinko board was fully functioning. It used poker chips. But yeah, no. Absolutely the best cosplay group I have ever seen. Like, I would have thought they were going on the actual show.
Sir, you know what this means now.
Go on.
I'm going to queue up.
Because I know we mentioned this on Point of Viewer last night, but
We did.
we can't be the game show podcast if we don't talk about the game show stuff at Dragon Con.
You
Naturally.
need to go off and do a thing because I can't do it from my end due to the Windows reinstall.
Oh boy.
I don't have that available, John.
You should. In fact, I'll tell you where you can find it.
That's a how about no.
Oh.
But yes, we had a full contestants row and functional Plinko board from The Price is Right. It was glorious.
Oh, remind me in the future, certain network sharing needs to be turned back on.
Was never disabled, ?
Again, Windows reinstall.
Okay, so you should just be able to get... Oh, right, you have to be hardwired on the network for that. It doesn't
We
work
might be
all
working on a
that
certain show on a very slow process, let's just say.
Cough, cough, cough.
Yeah. Very slow process.
But yeah, that was Dragon Con. That was the absolute amazingness that was of a Pressure Luck Contestants Row. Or I just said Pressure Luck Contestants Row. Wow, excuse me.
Wow.
Price is Right Contestants Row. No, I was closing out the Pressure Luck I had in the background here.
I mean, Pressure Luck did sort of have a contestants row. That's kind of they didn't tell you, come on down.
But yeah, that was Dragon Con. It was epic, and I think I now have to officially create a game show cosplay bucket list.
The checklist is getting revised next year again.
Because, apparently, if you're going to see game show cosplay, it's a Dragon Con. Who knew?
That's now an item that needs to be on the list every year.
There's going to be a lot of lists
same.
for next year's Dragon Con, I have a feeling.
Yeah. Save them for Point of Viewer and keep it in your hands.
Somebody needs to join the party next year so we can do a, live from Atlanta, Life is Like a Game Show episode.
What do you think?
It's the trivia track. It's the trivia trap and the trivia track at the Dragon Con.
Be nice to do. Anywho, that leaves us, I believe, next week we have to talk about the last incarnation of this show to air on TV.
No, we already talked about it. This was literally just it. The timing of, oh hey, look. It's the debut of Pressure Luck. It's a good time to come back from hiatus.
Yeah, and there's one host that we got to come to next week since we're, back in the rotation.
No, we already talked about Todd Newton.
No.
Okay, fine. Talk about Todd Newton.
The current.
Oh.
Now he figures.
4 fucking seasons, and I still can't recognize Elizabeth Banks as a legitimate host.
That's a you problem.
Yeah.
No, she is a good host. That was just I'm having a moment. I kind of need to step away.
Well, step away. And he does. Yeah. So next week here on Life is Like Game Show, we talk the big bank. Now we talk about the big banks. Mixed verdict is mixed. But yeah, we get to talk about the ABC recreation of Pressure Luck, including finally you'll hear the team's opinion of that bonus round. I say chop and a spin.
Now, as
There,
we're
you've heard
giving out opinions,
I give it incomplete because we're not done with the series yet.
that's right. We did say we were going to wait till the end of the series to do our grades for everything.
Yep. Yeah, we did. And usually I'm the one that's trying to jump the gun on things. So, next week, Life is Like Game Show gets to talk about Elizabeth Banks and the ABC current version of Press Your Luck in prime time. And I know it was really cool. I don't know. But now,
For now, though,
now that we know what next week is, I have to follow that up because I have a question.
Please hold. I was updating some other standings related for some other shows here on the network.
Fair enough. What show is next? Damn. Mr. Man who had the calendar before we went on the summer hiatus that most television networks go on. And of course, he says, nope, I'm out.
yeah, I have no idea. We'll figure something
You
out.
don't have the following thing together? I could have sworn we had this all out.
Yeah, in the hypothetical what if machine.
Yeah, because that was that.
Whoa! Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just like, or even more appropriately, since we can't answer this
Ouch.
question. Well, I was about to say what you were trying to figure out.
Soon.
Trademark. Just like we have one of these.
But let's actually put the research department to work here. Wow,
That sounds like homework, and I don't subscribe to homework.
I assign it. I don't do it. So here's a strange thing. I searched for Game Show Marathon, and the first thing to come up with a Google search actually is not what you think. It's actually the marathon folks that do the charity raising 24-hour marathon on Twitch and such for Child's Play.
That's probably because you made game show 2 words, and game show marathon is 1 word.
Now I'm guilty of the spelling related issue. Fair. That would be the reason. So
let's see. We've done Beat the Clock. We've done Pressure. Or we're about to finish up Pressure.
You stole my thunder.
Card Sharks.
Hang
We've
on.
done Match Game.
Let's make a deal. Yes.
Yeah.
Price is Right.
Yeah. We did.
Yes.
We
again.
did a whole month on Price is Right.
Beat the Clock.
Ding.
Yeah.
Press Your Luck.
Yeah.
Ding.
About to be ding. Card Sharks.
I'm pretty sure we did. We did do Card Sharks. We did a 2-part thing on Card Sharks.
2001. Match Game.
Ding.
It's part of Match Game Hollywood Stories. Remember that? And The Feud.
Ding.
You know what? We start next week then.
After next week.
After next week, It's time.
Have we finally reached our goal?
Yes, we have.
I have a video link incoming. Give me a moment.
Yes, we have. Because remember, we did the whole, what was that, a two-parter on Family Feud as well?
Yeah, we did it. Like, we did a 2-part on Family Feud. We did a 2-part on Card Sharks. We did a 2-part on Match Game. We did a 3-part, I think, on Family Feud. No, we did a 2-part on Feud.
Mm-hmm.
We did a 4-part on Price is Right. We did a whole month of Price is Right.
After the Land Speed Record episode.
Yeah, no, legitimate. Yeah, that's legit. We've covered all of the components of Game Show Marathon. It's time to cover Game Show Marathon.
2 weeks hence.
And just to give you sort of a preview taste, a video clip, please.
Are you asking me for the video clip, or are you
I'm
providing
asking
a
somebody
video
with,
clip?
who can actually play audio from video to video clip.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
May 31st, 2006.
Tonight from Hollywood, a television event like no other. 6 celebrities face off on the greatest game shows of all time. Movie star Leslie Nielsen.
No relation.
Faces Paige Davis. NSYNC's Lance Bass. Actress Kathy Najimy. Saturday Night Live's Tim Meadows. And Baywatch babe Brandy Roderick. All on Game Show Marathon. Over the next 7 episodes, the stars compete in 7 classic game shows. In the finale, our celebrity grand champion will win $100,000 for their favorite charity. Plus, there are over $1 million in cash and prizes at stake. And you at home can win it all. Tonight, we kick off our tournament with the classic game show, The Price is Right. And for one night only, host Ricky Lake will step into the shoes of the legendary Bob Barker.
Bob, I hope to do you proud. Get ready. This is Game Show Marathon.
Coming to you in 2 weeks. Here on Life is Like a Game Show.
Oh, boy. Talk about a long, strange trip getting here.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long, strange trip to finish up that damn thing, too, because that's a multi-part.
Oh, that's not only is a multi-part.
I'm pretty sure that's that's going to be a month-long series, right?
That was originally planned as 2 episodes a week going for a month. We could steal a moment from Hugh and pull the long shot and make this last entire 2 months long and take us in the day of the turkey if we wanted to.
So, basically, a Game Show Marathon combined with Sports Equinox?
I am not drunk enough for this shit.
Yes, and yes, we are aware, as fans of game shows, we are. Game Show Marathon can bring people with divisive opinions. We are aware of this going in. There be people like they did him justice, and there be haters. Like nowhere else in the game show world, there be haters.
I'm going to have to go through and do a special rerun through before we go through this. Oh, boy.
We got 2 weeks for homework, gentlemen. We all have to do it, unfortunately.
Gulp.
I mean, we're starting with Price is Right episode. You know what happens when we go into Price is Right land.
So, yeah, it was Price is Right. Then,
You pulled up
let's
the
make a
non-credible
deal.
source on this one, didn't you?
Beat the Clock, Pressure Luck, Card Sharks, Match Game, and Family Feud.
Yeah.
At the very least, it's 4 episodes because we can cover 2 game shows per episode, and then
Whoa. I officially recognize Idea Face.
We get our British check in the box also with this. This was based off of a British format.
the British format came after.
To quote the game show's wiki, this series was based on the British format. Not the British format was based off of it. Ant Index / Verdant K's game show marathon.
God damn it.
I am technically correct.
The best kind of correct.
And I think we have successfully padded out the hour. So I think it's time to wrap this sucker up.
Yeah, we'll be talking about Elizabeth Banks next week. And stay tuned to Twitter at Not a Network Pods. We'll be posting the schedule for how we're going to be handling Game Show Marathon.
If you want to find yours truly on the socials, JTN2002. Got the Twitch, Facebook. Whoa, sorry, that is for our close personal friends, JTN exclusively. But of course, there are other medias out there, TikTok included. Mr. Watkins.
If you're already watching on my personal Twitter at Squid Sportshead, thank you. Live tweeting, I know it's going to be a thing again at some point. Just trust me. Been working through some backlogs of some other things. And yeah, also you'll see me a lot around here yet again.
Oh, by the way, are we doing the special episode tonight too of a certain other show? Or is that the call for our third person here who can tell us where to find himself on the socials and such?
Yeah, plug the damn thing.
So
you're only getting this because I need like 2 minutes to stall.
Stalling, something we're very good at here. Game
Because I
shows
thought
are
I
usually
had
stalling for
something-
time to pad out the 22-minute episodes when contestants are playing a little too fast, or in pressure luck cases when not enough spins are awarded because of the dreaded DCS. So, Eric, a couple weeks ago, there was a college football game that earned some notoriety to where it might almost need to be covered by the one great sports commentator of the YouTube land, the urinating tree.
Oh boy. The one that was described as having set football back 100 years?
Oh, yeah. It may not be the Broadhurst Watkins sports report.
Sports in black and white.
It'll be black and white and very bruised because the Nielsen ratings is going to rate that game as a special episode.
Oh, no.
Be prepared. Be prepared.
That's what we're about to do in 5 minutes.
There's going to be a lot of red ink on that page.
That's what we're doing in 5 minutes. Got it.
Yeah, which
And
means
now
I'm going to
you
have
know.
to change shirts.
Same. It was bad.
I will give you this. If that game featured something that has not occurred since 2000.
Yep. In fact, I'm going to check something that I think might have been the case. I didn't confirm if
All right. Save it for the freaking episode.
Now I need the time to stall. So, Mr. Producer.
Well, save it for your episode of the Nielsen ratings. You can find me if again, my compatriot over here, Mr. Watkins. If you're watching on my personal Twitter at the Andesian, thank you. Live tweeting will begin shortly as Worlds kicks off very soon. We will have a very special Parallel Convergence episode on Friday when the World's theme Star Walkin' by Lil Nas X drops. We will be covering that live. along with other league-related stuff, and probably.
Wait, did you
30
say
minutes.
live?
Hashtag Better Bovada. 21 means 21.
You gotta wait for it to come on screen.
21 means
No,
20.
there we go. 21 means 21. God damn it! Please gamble responsibly. If you need help, it's on the screen.
I do not have the vocal levels to do that one fully, so I can only set it up. I need to save those vocal ranges for the Nielsen rating shortly after the show is over.
But yes, you can find me on Twitter at the Adhesion, live tweeting for League of Legends World Championships coming very soon. Special Parallel Convergence episode Friday with Dr. Manhattan, disembodied voice of doom over here this way, where we will be critiquing one Lil Nas X's Star Walkin', the official theme for Worlds 2022. I don't know. I watched the little teaser video they dropped of it. The hook is catchy, man.
Look, all I'm going to say is it'll be Friday night, and you'll know what that means.
Konnichiwa, bitches.
If it wasn't for the field goal, it would have been an NFL scoregami, by the way.
Anyways, for myself and my compatriots here, thank you for listening to Life is Like a Game show, the very special.
As he gets drowned out over his audio from the music,
It ain't even
on
that
behalf
loud.
of all of us, I thank you all for watching Life is Like a Game show here on Not a Pod.